walking. $235. ¿Dónde vas? ¿Dónde vas? Oh, shit. Get down! Get down! Get down! Get down! Get down! Don't move. No te muevas. Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
Under control, we might have a full one-on-one. How can you stand by? Call one-on-one at 110. And then we just leave us at the home. Take control, what do you got?
One-on-one. OCUs. No way. Don't move. Stop moving. Give me your hand.
Hello, this is a prepaid call from an inmate at the Virginia Department of Corrections, Red Onion State Prison. To accept this call, press 0.
This is Randall Via, aka Red Onion Randy. I'm currently serving 1,214 years for capital murder and armed robbery. Now, and finally, at a level 3 Buckingham Correctional Center, stone's throw from where I grew up. If you have any questions or comments or want to leave a message or whatever, I've got a voicemail line. That number is 1-888-524-1932. You can also visit my website, which is new and improved and got different features and whatnot, at www.redonionrandy.com. I hope you do. Let's get started with the podcast. And today, this is a little bit different. For those of you who are listening to this podcast on any other platform outside of YouTube, whether it be Apple, Spotify, Google, or whatnot, I do recommend that you actually go to YouTube to listen to this one and watch it there, because we actually have a video that's going to accompany, my episode today. Actually, we got 3 videos, though we'll do one at a time. These 3 videos come from California. Now, the first one is pretty wild. I mean, it might be pretty wild for y'all on the streets. In here in prison, it's a little bit tame, but it does happen quite regularly, believe it or not. This is a common occurrence. So, this first video, it begins with an inmate standing in front of a CO. Now, the footage is from the CO's body camera. The inmate's just kind of standing there in like a small hallway, and leading into a large 2-story housing pod. And I've never seen the video. I'm going off of a written transcription, description of what takes place in this video. For us here in Virginia, usually that hallway is basically like a vestibule type of area. So I'm kind of thinking that might be similar, but if not, it is what it is. The thing is, the CO tells the inmate, "Yo, man, get walking," and which kind of sounds a little rude, to be honest with you. Sounds like this dude's a bit of a dick, but it is what it is. So they walk into this large 2-story pod. Now, the pod is a wide warehouse-style unit with an open floor in the center, and it's surrounded by 2 levels of cells. So you've got the bottom tier and the top tier. And there are staircases on both the left and the right sides leading up to the second tier. Now, I'm not sure if, if it's the pod is a rectangle or it's, a triangle. Like the older prisons in Virginia, they're all built on a triangle, but yet all the newer prisons are built on a rectangle. So I'm not sure if it's, which style it is, but either way, you've got a bottom tier and a top tier, and you've got 2 staircases, one on each side of the pod. Now, the inmate, he walks into the pod, and he starts walking up the stairs on the right side of the pod, and at the start, he's about 5 feet ahead of the officer. Now, while the guy's walking up the stairs and the CO's following right behind him, the officer, he turns briefly to speak to 2 other staff members. I'm not sure exactly where those staff members are standing, but, you'll be able to see it in the video. And he calls out the cell number 235. The inmate, he just keeps walking up the steps. He gets to the top tier, and he turns to walk right along the row of cells. And several doors down, 5 cells, give or take, around the corner, another door, it opens. Now there's an inmate in this cell, and he comes out, and he looks, he sees what's going on, he sees the inmate walking towards him, and evidently this dude, they've got beef with one another. So to me, this sounds like this is actually a segregation pod in California. If it was a day room, like a general population type of pod, there's going to be up to like 80-some guys moving around. Like, you're going to see movement all over the place. But the fact that there's only 2 inmates and the doors are locked in the way they're doing it, that's definitely a segregation pod. So these guys have already locked up. Who knows? They might have already got to fighting. That's what got them locked up in the hole. I don't know. It's just speculation. But, just from freaking years and years and years, 35 years of freaking prison now. Oh, God, that's fucking insane to think about that I've been in prison 35 years now. I pretty much know, I know what time it is, man. Like, they're gambling debt, they got to arguing on the door over a game. Like, they've had words. Like, pretty much they've had words. And so the first inmate, he keeps walking, and the other one, he starts walking towards him, and the CO, he sees it, and he's like, oh, shit. As the second inmate, the one that just came out the cell, he runs up and just starts attacking, just starts fighting and swinging on this guy. And the CO runs up the stairs, he's screaming, get down, get down, get down. Like they always do, panicking and everything a little bit. Adrenaline's pumping, because you don't know. Like, in a situation like this, man, the COs are kind of put in a really bad spot. Because you don't know what's going to happen. It could be a setup, bro. Like, it could be, both COs. Dude, this stuff happens. Like, I've seen guys. Like, you hear about it in here all the time. Like, 2 dudes get to wrecking, and, like, one dude's homeboy comes in to help him, and the homeboy that's, receiving the help turns on his homeboy and starts beating his homeboy's ass for getting involved in it. Like, or sometimes, both of them will do. Like, 'cause you don't know what's going on, man. Like, so it's, and the CO running up, like, they might turn and attack the CO and toss his ass over the top tier, breaking his back, neck. Like, so, like, he's in an effed up position. So, yeah, he's definitely, he's feeling, there's fear going through him. And, his adrenaline is pumping. At the end of the day, you don't know what the hell's going to happen. So, he runs up and he starts spraying his OC. Like, he grabs a little canister on his little holster. Now, I'm not sure which ones they've got. Some that's got like the little small ones that, like, you expect a woman to carry in her purse. Something a little bit larger than like maybe a vape pen. And then you've got some, like here in Virginia, they carry it in like an old school gunslinger style holster. So it's got like a gun handle on it, and Like, it's big, heavy duty. You know, about the size of a 20-ounce soda. Now, CO gets there. He starts spraying the guy. You know, obviously the inmate starts screaming and whatnot. And the first inmate that was, you know, it was being escorted back to the cell by the officer. This gives him a chance to get away from the first inmate, and he runs, you know, down around the corner and everything, and starts running down the left side steps, you know, towards other officers that are starting to respond and rush into the pod, and you know the two COs that was already there that the first CO was talking to when they gave them the wrong cell number. Now, this is the thing. Like, it happens. I've seen, like, man, you, bro, this stuff happens all the time in prison. It's a setup. Sometimes, you know, if the COs don't like you, like, if you cause them a lot of problems, you're always bitching, you're always complaining, you're always writing them up, you're always screaming at them, you're abusing them, you're cursing them, you're making their job a lot harder than it has to be, man, there will be retaliation. Sometimes they'll do it themselves, but sometimes, like, we don't know. This is just simply speculation on my part, but speculation from first-hand experience, seeing it so many times at Red Onion and Wallish Ridge and other places. The CO might tell another inmate, like, yo, look, man, when we pull old boy out for the showers and we pull him outside for rec or whatever, man, we're going to accidentally open your door. You run out and you smash this mother. You beat his ass like, yo, bro, look, we're going to have to hit you with the spray. We're going to have to put you in cuffs. But, like, yo, look, man, we're going to make it look good, and we're going to pay you. But, you know, you are going to get, for the rest of you, until you get released to back to general population, man, you're going to get extra trays every single day. Man, like, you want your homeboys to send you commissary, your smokes, or whatever. Like, we're going to take care of you. Like, and they, for the most part, they pay, because if they don't pay up, they know what's going to happen. Like, you know, you got a guy who's willing to go stab somebody for you or go fight somebody for you or do something like that, and you don't pay, man, you know they're going to see you when they get out the hole. That's just, you know, so when it comes to stuff like that, the COs definitely pay. You know, they're definitely going to keep their word and give you the trays and let your homeboys send packages back to you. You know, that's just, you know, that's the name of the game. That could have happened here. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it's an honest mistake, because you know what? I've seen that crap happen too. So, as the CO was spraying him and all that stuff, and he's ordering the dude, get down, get down, get down. You know, the first inmate, he complies. Like, he's already been sprayed in the face. His eyes are burning. His nose is burning. His sinuses have just kicked into freaking massive overdrive. If you've never been sprayed with mace, it's literally just picture like a doctor sticking a balloon up through your nose into your sinus capacities, and then, you know, having, like, you know, an air compressor attached to it, and somebody just freaking cranking it wide open, and that balloon just boom. It just like your sinus cavity just fills with mucus, and like it starts draining down the back of your throat. You can't breathe, so you're trying to breathe through your mouth, and you're trying to swallow, and like it eats you up. And then you're blind, your corneas are just burning, like your skin burns. Like, all you want is just to make this stop. Now, some guys, it doesn't affect whatsoever. Some guys can still fight through it. Some guys are just so angry, they're raged, like it doesn't even register on them. You know, they'll pay for it later, but during that moment, yeah, they can still fight, they can still whoop ass, do whatever. Most guys, most people, you get hit in the face directly with that OC spray, you're going down, and you're going down pretty damn quickly. It really is effective. So he lies on his stomach, and the officer tells him to put his hands behind his back. The dude does it, you know. So the CO speaks into his radio, and he calls it over to the watch commander's office. One-on-one OC used. That just means a one-on-one fight. And, you know, the pepper spray, the OC has been used. So now the watch commander is aware that they just had, a physical assault, and that, spray had to be used. So they're going to call for medical to come, help the guy with the spray and so on and so forth. If need be, they might need to shut the prison down. They might need to go on lock to deal with this situation. It just all depends. So that's all that is right there. He's just letting his immediate superiors know what time it is. So the CO, he handcuffs the inmate, and and the dude is, he's squirming a little bit, like it burns. Like, I'm just telling you right now, like, you don't want to get hit in the face with this stuff. And that's where the clip ends. Was it a setup? Was it an accident? At the end of the day, it's irrelevant. It happened. And it happens more than you think it would. But I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed watching the video. Hopefully we can get more of this stuff up, to make it more interesting and more educational, more eye-opening, and occasionally more entertaining. Stay tuned for the next 2 episodes. All right, that's all the time we have for now. I appreciate you listening to me more than you'll probably ever know. I just want to let you know, don't forget to check out my website, RedOnionRandy.com. And for those of you who want to hear more, or you want to listen to the episodes commercial-free, or hear me and my editor discuss a little bit further into the episodes, please go to Patreon, join me, support me. It's only $5 a month. And also, I want to just let y'all know that I have 4 books out now. I have 2 children's books. Also, I have the cookbook out, You're Going to Eat That. And book I'm extremely proud of that me and my editor Michael worked really hard on. You Ain't Beyond Saving. Please go and check this book out. Look, it's not about the money. I genuinely believe you're going to love this book. I genuinely believe this book will help you. Everyone who has gotten it and read it so far raves about it. And as a matter of fact, I might actually get them to maybe review it for me on here or something. We'll see. But all you have to do is go to Amazon, type in Randall Via, RANDALL VIA, and those 4 books will pop up. They will pop up. Please check them out. It's something that I'm proud of. It's something that has a lot of meaning to me, because for a long time, books were my only friend. I've always dreamed of being a published author, and now I've published 4, with more on the way. So please, do yourself a favor. Get You Ain't Beyond Saving. The other 3, I'll leave it up to your taste and desires, but I really, really think you should get You Ain't Beyond Saving. That one it's a great book, and it really will help you. Thank you. I appreciate y'all's support.
Thank you for using GTL.